I'm Benson Strider, and this is my video reviewing Batman Eternal Issue 1. Now, for those of you who don't know, this year marks Batman's 75th anniversary, and DC executives, shareholders, writers and all those guys got together and they thought, what better way than to celebrate Batman's 75th anniversary than grabbing those big old bat cash udders and milking the fuck out of them. Because this is going to be the first part in a weekly series. Now that's a big ask, that's 52 issues right there. There's also Future's End coming up around the corner, which is also going to be a weekly series apparently, and that features future Batman and like a weird cyborg Wonder Woman or some shit, but it's not out yet, so I can't really judge it too critically. I'm not going to be reading that series, but I am going to be reading Batman Eternal. I'm a big Batman fan, been a Batman fan since I picked up my first comic, my first Batman comic, maybe in the early 90s at some point. I've always been a DC guy, I'm not going to hide that. You know, if you're following my channel for quite a while now, or if you're new, I did used to read Justice League Dark. I was going to review every issue. Unfortunately, I missed some issues. I was trying to get hold of them, and I decided that since I couldn't get hold of the issues, I'm going to axe that. But I am going to continue reviewing Batman Eternal until the series ends. That's 52 issues. Just to show my commitment to reviewing all 52 issues, that is actually a receipt with my name on it. A receipt which, you know, I'll bring that up. First 4 issues, I'm going to be buying this monthly. I couldn't exactly slap down, what would it have been, about £90. I couldn't slap down £90 and say give me my 52 issues as soon as they come out. You know, I wanted to just go in there monthly. I think I pay about something like £10. Then it's just like I get those issues for the month. I can just go in there monthly, slap the money down, and that's my issues guaranteed for the month. So this is going to be a continuous review. I'm going to review this every week it comes out. I'm going to be continuing to pre-order it so I can always review it. I will try and get the reviews out as close to release date as possible, but I can't guarantee it will be on New Comic Wednesday, as I like to call it. It may be that I get it, the video come out the day after or the Friday, but it will come out. I will try to get it out on New Comic Wednesday if I can, but I need to read it, and sometimes, especially with it being a first issue, I had to reread it just to make sure that I got everything down. So what's Batman Eternal all about? Let's get into it. So the first page was very interesting. It starts off and it just hits you like a sucker punch. It's as soon as you open it, you think this is going to be showing Batman at his best, Batman Eternal, you know, but no, it's just a big old sucker punch. It actually shows Batman tied to the, well, he's chained, in fact, chained to the back signal, and it's like got nailed in the corner. He's beaten to a pulp. He's been ripped out of his suit. I mean, he's naked from the top up. He's only got like his tights, and his face is just a bloody mess. And some narrator who is off panel, this is the person who's recounting the events to Bruce Wayne, because he's obviously got the upper hand here and he's doing his big hero speech. So it seems that this person who is off panel, off page, is the narrator, and he's doing his big villain plot, and he's like, I've taken everything from you. Some people are already going to be speculating about who this possible person can be. No doubt someone will say Red Hood, because Red Hood seems to be a fan favourite. I have no problem with Red Hood. I do seem to hate some of the fan love that goes towards him. He's a good character, agreed, but sometimes he just doesn't warrant the amount of, it's Red Hood, everyone just shouting it's Red Hood all the time. You know, this is part 1 of a 52 part series. You can't be going saying who it is yet. It could be Court of Owls, it could be anyone, but basically they're saying I've taken everything from you. So, and then it cuts to then. It's just now and then. There's no particular time frame established. So the then jumps back to a new police. It's like a new addition to the GCPD ranks. This guy's called Jason Bard. He's just got off the train and he's expecting to meet Commissioner Gordon. He's being interviewed, or he's already got the job of the Major Crimes Unit in the Gotham City Police Department. He was expecting to meet Commissioner Gordon, and instead he gets, is it Lieutenant? I think he's ranked Lieutenant. Lieutenant Bullock meets him there. He's like, Jim's busy. It cuts to Jim Gordon, who's in a firefight. He's protecting some children from, I think they're from an orphanage. He's protecting some children from Professor Pig, who has some like robo pig turrets, just laying down fire on Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon's like in contact with Batman, saying like, "Can you get here soon, please, because shit's hitting the fan." Batman does come in and saves the day, wearing this like a big robo bat suit sort of thing. I think it's made an appearance before in was it Son of Batman? I think it's made an appearance before. It wasn't Death of the Family. I think that it's the same suit, but I couldn't exactly check it. But he comes in there busting in it, takes down Professor Pig, and one of the robot pig turret things is about to shoot Jim Gordon and the children, and Batman like runs in and just smashes it to save the children. That's what he does. He's a hero. So Professor Pig and like a couple of henchmen. The henchmen are unfamiliar to me. I don't recognise them from previous stories. There is given a name, but I can't remember it. It's something like the other man or something like that. He's got a strange name. So he's got a couple of henchmen with him. I didn't recognise them, but they go bolting along with Professor Pig. They leg it, and Batman stepped out with the big robot suit. When he's with Jim Gordon, is everyone okay? And then him and Jim Gordon take flight. Now these henchmen of Professor Pig go down one route, and Professor Pig goes down another. Batman takes after Professor Pig, keeps heading after him, and Jim Gordon goes after the other two guys. Now, as Batman's going after Professor Pig and Jim Gordon's going that way, he gets a radio call from, I think it's Alfred. He just called him Penny One as his call sign, which is always that's kind of cool actually. It actually seemed a bit cheesy to me when I first heard it. That goddamn biker's back. I do apologise, I always get this biker going past every 5 minutes. So he does call him Penny One, which kind of like is a call sign. I don't know. It's when I read it, it actually reminded me of Inspector Gadget a little bit. I have no idea. And Alfred's saying to him like, "Look, there's a train coming down both ends of that track. You need to get there because Jim Gordon's going that way and it could be dangerous." The scene then cuts to Jim Gordon, who he's confronted this guy. He's got like a rose tattoo on the side of his head. He's got him pinned up against like a girder that separates the two tracks, like I think it's in a subway station or something similar like that. And he's got a gun pointed at this guy, and he's like, "Look, put your gun down." The other guy's like, "I don't have a gun. I'm not holding a gun." And Jim Gordon pulls the trigger because he believes his life's in danger, and it actually seems to go through the guy, and Jim Gordon's just like, "What the hell, did that go through him?" So he ends up shooting this power transformer, which was behind the guy with the rose tattoo on the side of his head. He just goes straight into that, and Batman turns up and he's just like, "What the hell?" Because there's just chaos unleashes from this transformer being hit. Some like a train was coming, and there was just something happened. There was like an explosion or something, and it's just a catastrophe, a complete all-out catastrophe. Jim Gordon, he's saying like, "Look, Batman, I know there's people here, but the cops are turning up as well." This Jim Bard, or whatever his name was. Sorry, not Jim Bard. Jason Bard. He's kind of like a proto Jim Gordon. He's like a younger version of him. He's even doing his old job in the Gotham City Police Department with the Major Crimes Unit. He turns up. He was on a ride along with Bullock, and they were going to meet Jim. They were going to the subway or something. They were working a beat. He's turning up with Bullock and a few other police officers to this catastrophe that was just happened. Batman's taken off because Jim asked him to, and at this point, just like they saw Jim Gordon shoot the transistor and maybe shoot the other guy as well. They don't know. There seems to be a bit of confusion, a bit of chaos going on. I mean, there was a subway train just crash So it's just a big thing that's happened. And Jim Bard and Bullock, Jason Bard, I keep calling him Jim because he reminds me so much of Jim, I've forgotten his name, Commissioner Gordon, Jim Gordon. They approach him and they're just like, you caused this to happen. What the hell were you doing? Did you fire on an unarmed man? There's just confusion all around. But Bullock turns to Jason Bard. They're so similar, I get the names mixed up. But he turns to him and he's just like, well, you're the ride-along on this. It's your first beat. Our police tradition states that you have to cuff him. So Jim Gordon ends up being cuffed and hauled away for this crime if you can call it a crime, this accident that's caused maybe 100 or hundreds of deaths, when Batman's taken off. No one seems to have witnessed this crime, at least the police officers who were turning up, Jason and Bullock, maybe they witnessed it. It's kind of hard to tell from the art direction, it's trying to show one thing and another. I'm going to kill that biker. But it's more understandable when you actually read the comic itself. Whether they saw it or not, it's up for debate. It seems that they did, although it's kind of like thought that he was unarmed if he was there at all. Why did the bullet get past him? So issue 1, it set up this whole mystery thing. Jim Gordon's been arrested. It set the pace for the first issue very well. I thought it seemed to just I don't know. It just seemed to like the pace was just there. There was a bit of action like straight off the bat when it introduced Batman. Gotta love that. Especially with the metal larger suit, the armoured bat suit that he turned up in. It was kind of cool. But I was getting this biker's coming back again. Gotta love living around here, man. Gotta love it. It's like the Bronx, I swear to God. Just wait for him to go. There we go. So it was reminding me of the GCPD mini-series from a few years ago. Really enjoyed that with seeing the police units at work. And on the front cover here, I love that cover, I really do. It's just on here. There's Red Hood, there's Batgirl, there's Jim Gordon, there's Catwoman, there's Alfred, there's Red Robin, is that Batwing? Where is that? That could be Batwing. There's Riddler, there's Batwoman, there's Scarecrow, there's Harley Quinn, I think that's Penguin, there's Professor Pig, is that a Talon? I think that might be a Talon, and there's another person past the Talon who's obscured, unfortunately, because of the N. I would like to see this artwork without the panel, across it, just to see who that is underneath the N. So it looks like over the course of the issue we're going to see more of the Bat family turning up, and this is going to be a new 52-part series. So what do I think of it overall? Just very interesting. I do like the art. I'm going to show you some of the inside here. I do like the art. It's very clear and very dark. Just what you expect from, that's Batman tackling Professor Pig there. It's just what you expect from a Batman comic. It's lovely stuff. I mean, this is by like some of your big hitters. Scott Snyder, who seems to be modern comic book Jesus, James Tynion IV, who I've never heard of, Ray Fawkes, John Layman, Tim Seeley, Jason Fabok, I don't know how you pronounce that, but all those guys, right, that try and get it without the glare on it, all those guys right there, big heavy hitters. It looks like DC really did just throw their biggest and best at this, just right off the bat. So, no pun intended. So, first issue, if you're a Batman fan, you've probably already got this. Let's not kid ourselves here. This is going to be a major event, and with Batman appearing as he was at the beginning and at the end of the comic. It seems that the events that led up to it are going to be to Batman, Bruce being stripped of his bat suit and chained to the bat signal. It does look like the events are being reaccounted to him, just like, I think right at the end, the villain of the piece, whoever it so happens to be, was saying something along the lines of, here it is, can you see it now, Bruce, can't you see the grand design? So it's very interesting, the fact that this is being narrated to him. All this has already happened, but I think this is going to be the framework for the foreseeable future with this series. I think they might abandon the fact that this is being narrated round about the halfway mark, maybe round about issue 40, and we actually see Bruce escape and maybe fight back. I think obvious culprits are probably going to be the Court of Owls, but it does show Gotham in flames. I don't think the Court of Owls would destroy Gotham. It doesn't sit well with me. I hope this doesn't just turn out to be it was the Joker all along. That would be really disappointing for me. I want to see something new to a Batman story. I stopped reading Batman quite some time ago. It was during the New 52 run. I did just read the Batman comic. I wasn't reading Detective Comics or anything like that. I was just getting a bit tired of Batman with the movies that had come out and with the Batman comics. My personal favourite run was Grant Morrison's era. In fact, Professor Pig, as he appears in this, is very much like Grant Morrison's Professor Pig. So that was my favourite Batman era, and just this Batman Eternal comic, it really has captured my imagination for what could come next. A New 52 part series is something that's ambitious, very ambitious, but they already said this is a story that can't happen just in a monthly series. We're going to have to get one out every week, which is going to be like 52 parts. This is going to run for a damn year. So the first issue is very strong. Recommend it. If you're a Batman fan, you've probably already get it. If you've just got a passing interest in Batman, or if you want a nice place to jump on, I suggest this could be your time to jump on board with Batman, because it seems to be a standalone series. We'll see how things go with that, because DC do have an uncanny ability to tie everything into everything else, which is one of the reasons why I stopped reading Justice League Dark. So I would recommend it, especially if you're a Batman fan, or if you're looking for a nice jump on point. I will be reviewing the next issue maybe Wednesday or Thursday next week. Be sure to come back for that. As always, by the way, the whole like and comment thing, you don't have to bother hitting those buttons, but please do leave a comment down below. I do love reading them. So as always, I've been Ensign Strider, and I should go.